Hello, I hope you're all doing well. Tuesday. What kind of video is this? I have to tell you that I've been thinking about this video and fantasizing it for a couple of months now. I told myself that, when I hit 188 pounds, I'd make a video telling about the merits of it, what was worthwhile about dieting to this point. And then last night, I just really thought about it. I was like, well, because I've been 108 pounds now for a couple of weeks. And I was like, well, you got to make that video. And I just, tell myself, what am I going to do? I'm going to go out and just tell people all these dieting tips and, you know, uh, stuff that, you know, how could you say? It's just stuff that I'm sure I've already told before or just mentioned. And I was thinking, like, the most important thing ever, in this fantasy um, is that, like, you and me somehow can help go forward, progress, and what you need to do. That's the most important thing to any sort of like, hey, victory video, progression, progress. And so I thought, the only thing that really matters is just telling you what exactly can make you progress. And it's not dieting or activity or fitness, it's just willpower. Okay, willpower. Um, that's why I thought of this thing called quit shaming. Okay, fat shaming, right? That was the analog, the simile to it. Um, there's a skinny person who sees a fat person and tells them what they already know, how terrible it is being fat. And of course, you can go look on YouTube for all these videos about the scourge of fat shaming, right? And the uh, the movement towards fat acceptance. Well, there's now the things about fat. The thing about fat shaming, if I may be honest, is that it's just not accurate enough. For me, I mean, anybody can be thin, right? Anybody can be fat, but I mean, there has to be like something a little bit more depth to shaming. And you hear stories like, I went to the gym for the first time and people laughed at me, so I went home. I was fat shamed. It's not fat shaming. It's quitting. Quitting is what happened. Um, Quitting has more depth than just somebody noticing, observing that you're fat. Quitting is the the main thing that can help you get to where you want to go. Quitting. Once you understand quitting, once you put the highest quality ever on quitting, then you'll learn to apply it. You just won't quit, at the drop of a hat. You won't be like promiscuous with quitting once you put a quality on it. For you to quit something, it has to be the most special damn reason ever, because it's going to be that valuable to quit. All right. Um, Quitting. As a quick aside, I just saw a shanty video. And one thing about a shanty video is that I enjoy the artistry. Is just like she gave an hour-long video, of just her talking, and it's just like, how can a person do that? I'm not that good at extrapolating at length, so I'm going to just try my best. So I was just telling you, I was impressed by the shanty video I just saw this morning. Um, Quitting. What does it mean to me? It's like, how did it affect me, right? Well, how about this? Besides jumping onto the quit shaming portion of the video, let me just go ahead and explain what 188 pounds means to me. Okay. So, like, I started losing weight and started going to the gym, right? And, I notice things. I profile people all the time, and I'm looking at stuff at the gym. And then, the thing is, when you profile others, you start learning stuff about yourself. And one thing I learned about myself is that, after a point, say 2 or 3 months in, I said, there was no way that I was supposed to be over 200 pounds, because I came down from like 250 and now I'm at 188, right? So what 188 means is that I'm 12 pounds away from the nightmare. you know, of being over 200. And I, you know, maybe nightmare is too sentimental, but it's just like, I will never going to be over 200 pounds. You know, it's like, once you learn the truth, there's no reason to, you know, say anything otherwise, I feel, right? Okay. I'm going to the gym, right? And you know, I always empathize with females. So I'm like watching what they're doing. And then I see that there's many females, you know, I'll use the weasel word, there's many females that are strong or stronger than me, right? You know, here a big 6'2" guy over 200 pounds, and there's females as strong as me or stronger, right? Um, they're doing 100-pound lat pull downs, right? 100 pounds and carrying on conversations, right? And I was just like, I just know that I struggle with that. Couldn't do it at that time, right? And then, you know, you would think, well, that's just Bunto being Bunto, right? Noticing it. The thing is that I also looked at the males too. And I, you know, I look at doppelgangers, guys my size, right? And then I'd noticed that they were at least twice as strong as me, usually, most guys, right? So that just set in my head. It's like, you know, this idea of being a big, hulking 6'2" guy is just, you know, there's just no way, right? There's this, it's not there. So I decided to come down, right? You know, to, you know, it's not like he gave up strength, right? That's one thing I thought about last night. It's not like I gave up being strong, but I just want to be like, you know, instead of strength, I want to be tougher, right? So I extended the workout longer. I have like this really epic workout now, about 3.5 to 4 hours, right? So anyway, so what 108 pounds means is that there's just more energy there to do that. You know, this away from 200 pounds, and I can be much more tougher around in the 180s, right? Also, another thing is that you know, I like to be attractive to males, to other, you know, LGBT males. And the thing is that when you're like at 6'2" and hulking, there's like a sort of fear there, you know. So I wanted to be a little bit more softer. So I know I'm telling you like two tracks. It's like, you know, I wanted to be tougher because I wasn't as attractive, you know, to other males. So you know, that's just one bit about coming down to 188. So also, you know, I'm into running, so it's easier to run when you're around 188 pounds. More of a dude weight, right? And I told myself, well, you get down 108 pounds, you have accomplished something for this year, 2015. I'm not going to diet anymore this year. I'm just through dieting for over 12 months, right? Next year, I can start dieting again. And that year is like, just to tell you guys, I think I can still come down some weight. I know I can. So I was thinking about, you know, next year, just try for 180, see where it goes from that point. And so what happens, I'm just telling you all, it's like you start focusing on the weight, you know, and then you do things towards that. And there was several times I plateaued, you know, but I did hit 188 this year. You just have strength. You know, once you lose a lot of weight and you become more active, you just, you know, things change, man. It's worth it. It's worthwhile to get in the shape, you know, fitness as far as like, you know, mental bits, what do you say? Feeling good about yourself. So it does take, okay, one thing that they always say is like, you know, it does take work. You just can't, you know, want to be thin on Monday and then have it happen on Friday. You have to work towards something. And that's where quitting comes in. Okay, so let's just start a bit from square one. Okay, so you start on Monday, you want to weigh less and to get into shape, and then on Friday you quit. Okay. Quitting was easy, right? Why did you quit? Right? For XXXX reasons, right? Many reasons, right? Well, if you just start specializing your reasons why you should quit, maybe quitting will become more distasteful. You know, you won't get so much satisfaction in quitting. Okay. A strange thing is like, you know, quit shaming, right? You want to start blasting people for quitting. I want to tell you all, it's that you can, even though your friend or somebody that you admire quit on you, okay? You know, let's say, you know, I was just trying to think, you know, you quit your diet, or maybe like a friend quit the relationship with you or something, right? You can still gain from them, right? Even though they quit on you. And it's a funny thing. You know, I really thought about it last night. It's like, even though you quit on me, it's like that thing is in my mind that you quit on me. So it's just something that I don't want to do. So a strange thing is that even though you get upset about somebody quitting on you, you can still gain from the experience, right? Let me be clear about this. It's like, you know, when I'm doing my workout, I try to leave it at the gym, you know, completely leave everything at the gym. So just know that, you know, I turned everything in for that activity for the day, right? And so let's say I'm coming off a 3.5 hour workout and I just want to, you know, I always try to end on the elliptical, right? Do about 15 minutes on the elliptical, you know, sweating and just waste out. Okay, when I come off the elliptical, I just know that I'm completely depleted, you know, that I left it at the gym. Well, at that point, I'll go over to the dip bars and do either like 11 suicide squats or just do like 7, 8, 9 dips, right? You know, just totally be against the idea of quitting. All right. Just tell myself, you know, the reason I'm doing this after the elliptical, after I've left everything at the gym, is because you quit me and I won't do that. Right. There's that idea there that even though something bad has happened, that it's not, you're not going to be a part of it. So in a way, somebody else quitting on you will help you, you know, that you can just keep that in your mind, that that is something that you personally, you know, you proving yourself to yourself will not do, quit. Okay. So how to, you know, start something, right? What I'm telling you guys is that at a point you will make up your mind to yourself that you want to do something despite everything. You know, weight loss is just a thing that you can do, right? Keeping a relationship, that's I feel a little bit more important, you know, like somebody's depending on you, and you know, despite where it is, you know, you try to work out the relationship and not quit on them, right? I think it's deeper than like weight loss, but you know what it is that you just sort of make up your mind that you're going to work with it, right? You're going to see where it's going to go. Same thing with the weight loss, you know, you're just going to see where it's going to go. You're just going to get up, and even though you don't feel like doing something, you're going to do it. Just see where it goes. And okay, the best thing about weight loss is, okay, you can get into a routine, right? Even just a little routine, like walking around the neighborhood, eating better, just those little routines, they all add up and they help you get to where you're going. Okay, let's just face it, guys. You know, let's say that you're really obese, you know, out of weight, and then people are saying you're fat, you feel fat, you know, you're ashamed that you're fat. Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's what people see, but you call the shots. You are the one that's going to say, man, I'm going to quit. I'm just going to keep working my weight down, you know, because there's always going to be fat shaming. There's always going to be somebody say you can't do it. There's going to be, you know, somebody say, hey, you know, get out of there, quit. It's just the one about quitting is up to you, saying, no, you know, I'll just keep carrying on. And they may think it's like, you know, that's foolishness, some sort of, you know, chaotic way of looking at life, fatalistic perhaps, but, you know, just tell yourself, no, I'm not going to quit. And then I guess there's support groups too, but gang, I just want to tell you, or you know, the person I'm talking to, the only person you have to prove yourself is to yourself. You know, that's life's lesson. You know, that's the one that counts. Okay, you're always going to see these videos, like I've seen them this week. Being gay is no fun no more. Somebody made fun of me at the gym and I quit. I mean, there's always going to be that. There's always going to be the whine, right? It's just, so be it, man. It's like if you witness something all the time and it's like, aren't you supposed to go along with everybody quitting? It's like, no, just what people do, man. Okay, quit shaming. Okay, I call you a pussy, right, for quitting. it doesn't mean that I'm like trying to hurt your feelings. Or think about, me or somebody else, right? They call you a pussy for quitting or a weakoid. That doesn't mean, it's not like an insult. It's like, yeah, this disappointment, of course, but it's sort of like if they're, or at least for me, somebody calling you a pussy means that, I had that thing in you that you were able to not be a pussy. That's what I'm trying to get at. It's that, somebody like me who knows, who can at least recognize weakness, tell you, hey man, you're a pussy. It's not that I want to hurt your feelings. Please, all my friends or anybody who's never met me or just people that go to meet me, if it just comes out, it's just like an observation. It's maybe my fault. Maybe I should be politically correct into not saying, exposing your weakness or saying, or even mentioning your weakness. But that's just me, I guess, old school, right? I'm not a part of this social justice warrior, hold back and be politically correct. I will say, hey, that's pussy, right? It's not to hurt your feelings, please. It's just to say that, hey man, I hold you to a higher standard. And I know there's, people have said to me, well, I am who I am. You're just going to have to accept it, Bunto. And it's like, yes, I do accept who you are. Okay, totally. That's right. But that doesn't mean that, I can't help, in my mind, at least better you, tell you, hey, get with it, man. Don't be that way. Lots of people, of course, if you know me for a while here, people quit me and say shit. But I'm always open to coming back. To people just restarting where we're at. It's not like a pejorative. Wanting to hurt your feelings or wanting to, bring you down. It's just that I want you to be better. So yes, I will say things like you're a pussy, you're a weakling, get better. It's just me. It's just like maybe there's probably a better way of doing it, of course, some more gentle way that fits your criteria, but that's just the way I am. I just want to express to you something that you can do better at the moment, right? The thing about passive aggressiveness, okay, it is probably a defense, a reaction to, a way of reacting that a lot of people won't understand. People say, what's Bunto talking about? Or, sometimes I put a meme out there, people think I'm talking directly to them, but they don't realize I'm like really just talking to myself, and they get tweaked at the meme. It's just, it's like, what would you say? It's just something to study, something to analyze. It's not an attack. Some people do take offense, but it's just observations. Let me think. What else? Okay, well, let me see. I covered 188 pounds, and I did quit shaming. Fatalism. Okay, certain attitudes have to be taken if you want to accomplish something. You have to set things aside, push things to the side if you want to do something that you consider important. Like when you look at something, of course, weigh its merits and weigh its, validity. But I will tell you, you had to put things to the side. I'll just, keep this in the avenue of weight loss. It's like diet is important. You're going to have to look at calorie restrictions and eating a lot better. Activity is a fun thing. That's one good thing. There's a lot of fun things to getting in shape, and one thing is activity. You can do a lot more things. I'm, you can see my dearth of being like Shani. Shani can just talk extra fast, but you have to set things to the side to accomplish what you want to accomplish. The beauty is, of course, you can incorporate, better things or a better way of handling things when you start doing stuff. You get on a diet. It sucks at the beginning. You start getting into it, and then all of a sudden experimenting with eating better. Like in my case, I'm looking more into veganism, more vegetables. Um, I'm, cutting out egg and dairy. You would ask me a year ago if I would have thought about doing that. No, but it's sort of like, you can create things. You can, okay, that's a good thing of handling any sort of weight loss or dieting. Just be creative as hell, enjoy it. Think of it like painting. Your activity is like an art project, and you're dieting, you're discovering stuff, new ways of eating. Um, One thing that gets old is the terrible foods that we have in our, everyday fare society. So that's pretty much an easy thing to give up. I mean, I still eat like a Burger King once in a while, but it's not like before, where you just freaking Burger King once a week or something. You still have to have cheat days, right? Like that's what they call it, cheat days. But it's not like, as paramount as it was previously to getting in shape. And also, one thing is social experiences when you're like get down at the gym. That's a lot of fun. Interacting with new people. So just a lot of pluses to looking into getting into shape. One thing is that, okay, when you count on somebody else to, like, you join a gym membership and going to go in with a buddy, gym buddy. I mean, that does help, right? But there's one thing I just maybe because I'm kind of like a loner, but when you just count on yourself for like that sort of gym activity, it's probably better. Because what happens is, like, you're counting on yourself foremost, and then when you meet the people, then of course you count on them. It's sort of like they're additive, but it's not like you're counting on somebody else when you're doing a gym. What I'm trying to say is, like, that person quits the gym, so then that gives you something in your mind to quitting as well. Just that will be prevented if you're just worrying about yourself. And it's like painting. It's like if you're going to paint or something, it's not like you're going to have somebody there telling you how to paint. It's not like two people paint one picture. It's like one person painting one picture. So that's it. Okay, one thing, I'm trying to say, it's like, okay, there's yourself, but then you can come here on YouTube or G Plus and ask people about fitness. That's what I've done. I've always done that. Talk to people like Tommy Hall, David Mosier. There's all sorts of people, and watch other videos. Stephen Bachman, interact with them as far as like directions to go in fitness. That's one thing I've discovered lately about YouTube. Well, not lately, but ever since I started the fitness jag, was there's a lot of interesting fitness people on YouTube. I watch more YouTube than television because it's just more entertaining. I think I've just petered out, but I was just, it's kind of funny. Like, I was thinking about this video for a while, and I was thinking about it last night, and I just like really got into this anger, I would say, like distaste for quitting. So I decided to call it quit shaming. But today I feel lighter hearted, and then I watched a really cathartic video earlier this morning with Shani. So I'm kind of cathartic out, kind of played out. But if you ever need, just spill your guts, you can chat me up, anything, because I know I've improved my life just by going on this fitness thing. The reason I did it was because of another person here on G Plus. That just shows you, they will say, well, what is the value of G Plus? Well, let me tell you something, man. I met another person, and it made me go in this direction. So it is worthwhile to share stuff. Well, hope you all have a great week. Any questions, hit them in the comments, send me a message. Take care.